Welcome to second episode of Capsule. Let's consume, learn and excel, a digital series dedicated to enrich your understanding of quality at Tata Steel. Today we will talk about risk identification. Risk identification is the first step of the three steps in risk management. The other two are risk assessment and risk mitigation. Before going into the details, let's think over what is a risk. Yes, you are correct. In simple terms, a risk is an uncertain future event that may have an impact on organizational goal. It may or may not necessarily occur. Moreover, impact can be positive or negative. For example, at company level, production loss due to power outage can be a risk, but for an individual, late punch due to a traffic jam can be considered as a risk. For a better understanding of risk, we also need to know what is not a risk. Issue, challenge, and opportunity are not counted as risk. An issue is a present concern influencing organizational objectives, while a challenge is a form of obstacle that needs to be overcome to achieve desired business outcome. Opportunity is a scope for improvement in the process. Let's understand them by one simple example. As in logistics, damage due to slow loading of wagon is an issue and availability of loading machine is a challenge. And the opportunity here is we can save money or as damage charges through the development of loading operation like setting up rapid loading system, etc. I hope now you are clear what is an risk, what is an issue, challenge and opportunity and will be easily differentiate between these four terms. Coming to the process of risk identification. Risk identification involves the preparation of an exhaustive list of possible risks that may impact the objective of the Tata Steel Group or any business unit or may threaten business continuity drivers. The risk identification process is performed by risk champions, divisional risk coordinators, and enterprise risk management team in consultation with vendor partners, stakeholders, top management, and other consultants. These are generally business risk. For process risk and equipment risk, respective agencies are involved. Moreover, in recent quality management system, risk-based approach has been given a prime importance. All the agencies mentioned here may be called as interested parties. There are several sources by which we get direct or indirect inputs for risk identification. External risk may include inputs from experts, other industries, external analysis, audits, etc. Similarly, internal risk may be identified by risk workshops, quality audits, risk assessment, brainstorming, etc. For example, recently the incident like gas leakage at Vizag plant or a global event like COVID-19 pandemic has triggered all other industries to look for similar risk that may occur in future. Eventually, all identified risks from different sources are documented in the form of a risk library, also known as risk register, which are duly approved by senior management. An important point to note here is that the risk identification is a continuous process, happens on a as and when basis. However, a formal process named risk refresh is conducted annually as an extensive exercise. I hope I have been able to enhance your knowledge of risk identification. We are open for questions and suggestions in the comment box. Stay tuned for upcoming episodes.